Hello students. Now I am Bimla and I am here with the lesson Heredity and Evolution of 10th class. In this video we will discuss about the scientist or botanist Gregor John Mendel, who is also known as father of genetics. Okay, so according to him, he was actually a monk and he did research on peas. He had garden peas and he took the garden peas, which is also known as the Pisum sativum, which is the scientific name. Okay, so he decided to conduct the experiment on peas because he saw 7 contrasting pair of characters. Okay, first character he saw, that was height. Okay, that is tallness and dwarfness. Capital T and capital T for the tallness, that was dominant character, and small t for the recessive character. Then he took the seed shape. Okay, so in that also he found round shape as dominant, which he used RR, capital R, and wrinkled seed he used small r. Next he observed the seed color. Okay, that is yellow was dominant and green was recessive. Followed by that, he also saw that the pea plant was showing the color, flower color, purple, which was dominant, and white was recessive. Okay, and he observed the shape of the pod, that means the peas we have, and the shape of the pod, that was inflated, and inflated pod was the dominant one and the constricted one was the recessive one. It was denoted by capital I for dominant, inflated, and small I for constricted one. Then he also observed the pod color. Green was dominant and yellow was recessive. So he used the capital G for the dominant one and small g for the recessive one, that is the yellow color. He also observed the position of the flower. Okay, the axial flower were dominant and the terminal flower they were recessive. So axial flower were dominant, denoted by capital A, and the terminal flowers were denoted by the small a. So while he conducted the experiment, okay, he conducted the experiment by taking one contrasting pair of character, and 2 contrasting pair of character, 3 contrasting pair of character. So the cross by taking one character was called monohybrid cross, and by taking 2 contrasting pair of character it was called dihybrid cross. So based on those crosses he formulated certain principles, or he gave certain laws. So 3 laws were given by your Gregor John Mendel. Okay, the first law is principle of dominance. Okay, so according to this law, when he crossed the tall plant, okay, with the dwarf plant, in F1 generation he got only tall plants. Okay, so these showed that the tallness is the dominant, and in F1 generation, in first filial generation, no dwarf plant were found. But when he self pollinated the F1 plants, he found in F2 generation, the second filial generation represented 3 tall plant and 1 dwarf plant. That means the one character was able only in the homozygous recessive condition. When both the recessive character they were together, at that time only the gametes were able to exhibit their feature. Okay, so from this he drew the law, that is the principle of dominance. Okay, next was law of segregation, principle of law of segregation. Now when the gamete formation take place, the genes or the factors, okay, the term used by the Gregor John Mendel was factors. So these factors they segregate, okay, and they separate from each other, they are not dependent on each other. That's why there was independent expression of the characters. So this law was given or based on that. Okay, further I'll explain when I'll do the cross, monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Okay, next principle was principle of law of independent assortment. After segregation, after separation of the gametes or formation of the gamete, after the factors they separate, they can independently combine. Okay, so that particular law was called the law of independent assortment. Now children, let's see monohybrid cross. In monohybrid cross, he took one character. So we'll take the character homozygous. This is homozygous tall. Okay, and this is homozygous recessive. Okay, so he took these two character, and what he did, he cross pollinated them. Okay, so during gamete formation, as I told you, the law was given. Okay, principle of law of segregation. So these gametes, they separate from each other. Okay, when the gamete formation take place, the two contrasting pairs, they separate from each other. Okay, now next law, the third law that we discussed was law of independent assortment. So this gamete can fuse with this gamete independently. Okay, this can fuse with this also. Okay, this T can fuse with the other T also. Okay, now this capital T can also fuse with this small t. Okay, that means they can combine with any of the gametes. Okay, or any of the contrasting pair. So here in the first generation, F1 generation, the result that was obtained was that in F1 generation there was 100% tall plants. Okay, so all were heterozygous tall. Okay, this tall were heterozygous. Okay, now Mendel, what he did in the second generation, what he did, he took the F1 progenies. Okay, he took the F1 progenies and he self pollinated this. Okay, now again the gamete formation take place. Now in this cross, two type of gametes were formed. Earlier on either side, on both sides, similar gametes were formed, capital T, small t, small t. Here two type of gametes were formed, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Now these gametes, okay, they can assort independently with any of the other side. Okay, that is capital T, capital T, capital T or small t. Okay, now this small t, it can combine with the capital T or small t. Okay, or it can combine with the small t, small t. So in this way the F2 generation, okay, as we discussed that there are two phenotypes and genotypes. Okay,